Another deadly school shooting in the country. A lone gunman opening fire at an elementary school in a small town in rural Texas yesterday.
And these are some of the faces of America's latest mass shootings. 19 students, 2 teachers, all killed just 2 days before the start of summer break.
You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Former Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke confronting Governor Greg Abbott during a press conference. O'Rourke was heard saying this is, quote, totally predictable before being escorted out of the building. This is the second deadliest elementary school shooting in American history. And we've learned the 18-year-old suspect is also dead and carried out that attack after shooting his own grandmother. Local 10's Bridget Matter is in Uvalde, Texas right now, joining us live with the very latest on the tragedy. Bridget, what have you learned?
Well, Christy, this is such a tough scene. We are seeing people from all over Texas coming here, mothers coming with flowers who have no connection to this school. We actually see, you can't see it, but it's over my left shoulder. There's a family here with flowers, young children, the mother crying. This is just really tough. And to give you an idea of just how big this scene is, there's no way we could show you all of it. But you'll see that the FBI, emergency management, and different agencies from around this area are here, still on scene at this school. Gripped with grief and worry, families in Uvalde, Texas, struggling to make sense of the massacre at Robb Elementary School. Overnight, distraught families pacing the grounds at the Civic Center, waiting hours to identify their children. The attack unfolded Tuesday morning, shortly after 11:30. According to law enforcement, the suspect, 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, shot his grandmother in the head before crashing his car outside the school. That triggered a response from a Uvalde school police officer who was shot by the suspect. Investigators say the suspect was wearing body armor and armed with an AR-15 style rifle. He went into the school, into a classroom, barricaded himself, and opened fire on teachers, students, and responding officers.
He ran into the school. Officers with the Consolidated Independent School District, they approached the gunman and engaged with the gunman at that time. The gunman then entered a back door and went down 2 short hallways and then into a classroom on the left-hand side.
We just hear all kinds of gunshots going off, like nonstop.
Ramos was fatally shot by police. 2 officers were injured in that shootout, both expected to survive. Ramos' grandmother is also expected to survive. The gunman's grandfather talking to ABC's Matt Gutman.
Did you notice that he was growing disturbed? Was he becoming upset? Was
he was very quiet. He was very quiet.
Investigators are trying to piece together a motive and combing through social media posts allegedly made by the shooter. President Biden has ordered all flags on federal land to fly at half-staff in honor of the victims. He's also expressed anger over the senseless violence.
I'd hoped when I became president, I would not have to do this again. Another massacre. How many scores of little children who witness what happened see their friends die as if they're on a battlefield, for God's sake? They'll live with it the rest of their lives.
I want to show you here live this family here that is likely going to be escorted by police to lay flowers here at the sign of this school. We are not sure the connection just yet, but they have just arrived here on scene. Now, the big question that remains tonight is what was the motive here? We do know there was a very small window between the purchase of one of these guns and the shooting. I want to show you this right here. Police say the shooter posted photos on his social media of those rifles. They were purchased 6 days after his 18th birthday and just 2 days before the shooting. He also bought body armor. Christy.
Yeah, it's so disturbing as these things are unfolding. And tell us a little bit about that confrontation and news conference where the emotions are just so raw.
Well, yeah, we saw that earlier this afternoon in that conference. Governor Abbott had just given an update on the shooting. And right before that, Lieutenant Governor was about to speak. Democratic gubernatorial candidate Beto O'Rourke approached the stage. Take a listen.
At this time, I will pass the mic to Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Sit down.
You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Sit down and don't play this.
The next shooting is right now, and you are doing nothing.
No, you need to get his out of here. This isn't the place to talk this over.
This is totally predictable when you...
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please leave this auditorium. I can't believe you're a sick son of a bitch that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue. It's on those like you. Why don't you get out of here?
Yeah, very tense moments, heated moments between gubernatorial Democratic candidate Beto O'Rourke and Texas Governor Abbott, as well as the lieutenant governor there. So very heated moments at this press conference, and no doubt something we will continue to follow for the rest of the day.